It's two-tone to Don. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
All right, y'all. We got two-tone to Don jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
What's going on with you, man?
Man, I'm coolin', bro. I'm feeling great, man. How you feeling, bro?
Maintain the struggle as always.
Yes, sir. No, I can dig it, bro. I can dig it. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Jumping off the porch with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you coming to us from South Carolina, right?
Right.
Okay.
A little area called Springfield.
Okay.
But I'm from Walterboro, but I grew up in a little area called Springfield, South Carolina.
Okay, word. Nah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. Shout out to South Carolina for sure. And who you got up here on the porch with you, bro?
Right now, we got all of us from the same hood.
Okay.
Be my peoples. It's my sister right here, Queen Royale. You guys right here, they go by YGB. You know what I'm saying? So we all from the same hood.
Word. Nah, they big.
Like, y'all can't introduce yourselves now if y'all like to.
Queen Royale, MPM. We from South Carolina.
CTN Low Key, South Carolina. YGBAGs.
Sweet Spot to have me on Instagram. Deuces. Shit, Bino from South Carolina, YGB on 97 shit.
Yes, sir. Man, that's what's up, man. Got the fam with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's about. Word. Well, two-tone to Don, man. Tell me about life growing up in South Carolina. I know you say you started out in Walterboro.
That's where that's where my mother was decided. Where my mother from, but my pops from Springfield side, so I always been back and forth from Walterboro to Springfield. But like growing up in Walterboro, like I said, I done got involved in the streets, the gang banging lifestyle, all that stuff, man. You know, like I said, but other than that though, Walterboro got a lot of talent down there and everything like that as well. So like with the music scene, that's something we took, you know, at the time, like, you know, I'm a little older now, but in my younger years, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we done hit a lot of major stages and stuff like that. I don't know, you familiar with Swamp Izzo and all that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Swamp, he know us personally, like, big boy, he pretty much raised us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he been coming to me about jumping on these platforms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As well.
But I saw him BGD family.
Yeah. That's big funny.
Word.
Whatever you want to call it.
Nah, that's what's up, man. And for you, like, what was you into growing up, bro? Like, what was you into? What was capturing you?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been in the streets, you know what I'm saying, since a jit. I done been on the road, did time, came back home, but I did a whole different transformation in my life, you know what I mean, in my life. But like coming up, it just, like I said, I was involved with the gang banging lifestyle, so it was like, I was hustling, you know, we done been out there getting the shootouts, did all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, but like I said, we just trying to do something totally. I'm trying to do something different now.
Yeah.
Now, I done lost a lot of good brothers behind this, you know what I mean, this street shit. So, you know, it's just now you just trying to do something different.
Yeah. No,
That's all my generation coming up now. So, trying to keep these young brothers on the right track. Cause we didn't have that growing up.
yeah.
We will be on the and keep us in this type of setting right here. You know what I'm saying? So like, or whatever, like I say, cause they want to do music now. So. It's just me helping these brothers out too as well. You know what I'm saying? To show them this side of it, you know what I mean? Versus how we was brought up last year, which it was.
Nah, and that growth is important, but because, you know, so many of us, you know, coming from the trenches, cats that was ahead of us would, you know what I mean, be pointing us in a direction of the bullshit. You know what I mean? Putting things in our hand, packages in our hands that we shouldn't be having, or pointing us in the wrong direction, you know what I'm saying, things like that. So it's so important to, you know, for folks to have OGs that can tell them like the right direction to go, and to show them that like we ain't gotta be a product of our environment. We ain't gotta, just cause we, you know, came up around this don't mean that this is the only thing that we destined for, you know what I mean? Right. Yeah. What was your household like, bro? Like, what was it like for you when you was coming up?
But I had my pops was most definitely a strong man. He was very active in our life, and it was the lifestyle we ended up getting involved in. He didn't really want it for us, but we deviated and was doing our own thing. And then like with my mom, she come from a Caribbean, like a Jamaican background as well. So it's like the way she brought us up, it was different too. But you know, she most definitely was a different breed for sure.
Nah,
One lady most definitely ain't.
Nah,
She
for
ain't play
sure.
no
And
games.
I know, boy, having a Caribbean lady in that house, boy, man, I know it was strict. I know she was on it.
Especially on this one right here.
Yeah.
On her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So nah, mom's making sure is on point. Now I could dig that. So then you know, what drew you to the street life? Like what drew you, you know, to that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. Like, so I mean, not really social media, the media, society. Like we grew up watching. Like my pops didn't want us watching movies like "Don't Be a Menace" or "A Menace to Society" or
Yeah.
what is it, New Jack City, all that stuff like that. Because now I understand, because like when you a young man watching those type of things, that's all you looking at.
Yeah.
You eventually end up wanting to do what you're seeing in the movies.
Yeah.
And that's how that happened. I was deep into that stuff, and that's what made me want to get involved in it.
Word.
Honestly.
And did you, when you was coming up, did you have any big homies or like any mentors, you know, in the hood that was like kind of guiding you along the way, or people that was like giving you game?
Yeah, one of my big bros, Deuce, we call him Deuce or whatever. He pretty much guided me on when I got involved with that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He was most definitely a dude that I idolized and wanted to see. Well, the things he was showing me and everything, I just applied it. And you know, but right now he's locked up. Right now he caught 55 years and stuff. So you know, but I'm still in contact with him now to this day though. You know what I mean? But like I said, big bro always, when it come down to not even on the street shit, like he very, very wise too, so I take heed to things that he come to me about with the music, the street shit, all that stuff. So like I said, I just apply it now.
Word.
Yeah.
And at what age, at what point would you say you jumped off the porch?
About 13, 14. Yeah, about 13, 14. That really was, because we lived in Philly for like 5 years, so like
Word.
when we came back from Philadelphia, I got exposed to the whole gang banging shit. So, you know, I was around Bloods and GDs, so I ended up, you know, joining the GDs and stuff like that. So, you know, but I say about 13 or 14 though,
Okay.
when I you know,
Word.
jumped out the porch.
And what was it like in Philly, bro? Because that's a whole different, that's like going to a whole different world from South Carolina and then going out to Philly.
Honestly, man, I stayed in fights because I was from South Carolina. They used to clown me by the way I talk. I was country.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle was a lot faster too as well. And where we lived at, we lived in North Philly, but we what was that, Pulaski Avenue? Pulaski Avenue, that's where we lived at out there. And like I said, I ain't gonna lie, there we seen a lot of we had a lot of shootings and stuff like that, and a lot of fights and all that stuff, just the typical stuff down there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that kind of exposed us, but really when I came down south was really when I really got into that stuff. But we was around it, but Mom Deuce was kind of like, she was more stricter up there than we came down back to South Carolina. So
Yeah.
she most definitely kept us away from that stuff as much as
Word.
possible.
Word. No, I can dig it. And at what point did you find your love for music?
Hell, Philadelphia. Cause I like, matter of fact, watching Belly and stuff like that, that really kind of got me on it. Then like I grew up like listening to DMX and stuff.
Yeah.
During that time when I was in Philly, that's who I really had loved listening to. So like, just listening to him, I used to sit down and just try to write my own stuff down and just rap it on his beats and stuff like that. But that's really when I had kind of gained a liking just by watching him and
Word.
stuff like that. But
And what music were you listening to? Like, who were some artists that inspired you early on?
No Limit Records. I grew most definitely. I don't know how I left them out. No Limit Records, Hot Boys. Like I said, DMX. Definitely 3 6 Mafia. Most
Oh, yeah.
definitely. That's pretty much. And T.I. and stuff
Okay.
like that. Yeah, most definitely.
Word. And do you feel like when you were in Philly, were you Like, because I know they be doing like a lot of ciphers up there and battling and all of that. Like, had you got into music to that point where you was trying to?
Nah, I never did no cipher, none of that. I'd be lying if I said that.
No battle raps,
No.
none of that.
When I came back down south was really when I started getting involved with the music. When I was up there, it was mainly me in the house and then all of us and stuff like that. We just did most of it in the house. But like when we came down south, back to South Carolina, that's when I got started like recording on the cassette tape, cassette tape, on 4th Street and stuff like that, rapping on that. But I'm gonna say like probably like 2003 or 4 was when Swamp really, I think that was, let me see, yeah, like 2004, Swamp Izzo, let me see how it was. I think, big bro, what it was, Tammy. I think Aunt Tammy was the one that was telling him about us doing music and stuff like that. And that's when we got in contact with him. And then he brought us to Atlanta around that time. And that's when we got into the studio with Stack Door Records at that time. But that was probably around when and that's when I really started taking it more serious anyway, when he took us to Atlanta, brought us to Atlanta, and we got in that studio. That's when we really started like really going hard for it. Like it inspired us to really start making more music.
Word, because you came down here, got in the studio, like really seeing like folks working like probably in a different capacity that you seeing like back home and all that.
Like I met back at that time, Soulja Boy Gambino. Who else it was? Young Hawk, he was the producer at that time. So we had a chance to really sit down with them brothers, and Soulja Boy kind of gave us the game too. Not Soulja Boy Tell him, Soulja Boy Gambino.
Yeah.
But he sat us down and taught us, especially me, like me and my brother, was teaching us how to write our bars down and stuff like that and things like that. So like being around them brothers, they kind of helped elevate us on with the music, just writing music and all that in general. So like I said, when we came back, like I said, we most definitely just started going harder. When we got back from Atlanta and all that, having that experience in the studio and all that.
And where'd the name Two Tone, the boss, come from?
The Don came, later on.
My fault, the Don.
Two Tone, like my split personality, I had a split personality and stuff like that. So it was like more so dealing with my Gemini side. So it was like the laugh now, cry later type thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's based on that, my split personality.
Okay, word. Was that your first rap name?
Yeah.
Word, no, I can dig that. When you came down here and started working on music, what was something that you noticed? Like, what were some things that you just noticed different about how music was being done? Like when you were in the studio with Swamp and all of that, from what you were seeing, like back home.
Well, let me see. Some things that was being done that was different. I mean, as far as in like, I know when we came here, we got exposed more, like I said, into the club scene and all that stuff like that as well when we came down this way. Let me see. I know Atlanta was more unified than how it was in South Carolina as well, that I seen different from where we come from and then being up this way. Like everybody try to compete with each other in South Carolina, so it's not really, the unity ain't as solid like how and back in that time when we was coming up, it wasn't really like that. So we had to come places like here to kind of get like a little, that respect and stuff like that. People wanting to listen to our music and outside of our area at that time too as well. So.
Right, no, I can dig it. And was there a particular song was there a particular song that that you dropped and that like made some noise or that let you know that you was doing the right thing, pursuing music, let you know that this is what you need to be doing?
I know we had some a few songs that was like at that time it was 97.9 The Wiz, but we had that Been Getting Money we had dropped, that South Carolina anthem we had did back at that time. She Get Low, and we had one called Ball Like a Boss. And back at that time, you know, MySpace was jumping too. So
Okay, yeah.
like a lot of people that was bumping it was during that MySpace era. So we had a good exposure at that time. And then we was doing like shows in the area. So we had a strong like support system when we was like me, bro, and sister. Well, my brother, he's not here right now, but me, my brother, and my sister, like I said, we was doing shows, basically doing all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we had to, yeah.
Word. No, I could dig that. And what was, like, who were like some artists that you like were working with, you know, early on, like when, you know, in your career?
And early on,
Yeah.
not really too many, not no big artists at that time. A lot of the features and stuff came like within these past 3 years.
Yeah.
I did features with some people, with some good people. T-Rail, me and my brother, we got a feature with T-Rail.
Okay, yeah.
We got a feature with Mud Baby Rue. We did a GD4 anthem.
Yeah.
I got a feature with Sally Sosa.
Okay.
Out of Texas. Who else? Make sure that was it. Oh yeah. We just dropped the single with Trap Dicky too.
Okay, yeah. I'm saying that.
Yeah, I can't forget about that.
Yeah, the Steel Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We trying to set up a date to do the visual too for the single, but yeah, those was the artists that I done worked with so far. Though.
Word. And let's talk about Steel Hood, featuring Trap Dicky and Lunatic Malik, who you collaborate with
Yeah, that's my brother.
on a lot of music. Yeah. How did that song come about?
Honestly, me and my brother were talking one day, and I was telling him like, cause we started seeing how Trap Dicky numbers and stuff started going up and all that, and I'm connected with some guys that know Trap personally, like family-wise, that deal with him. But my brother ended up getting the beat. He came up with the hook. Matter of fact, my brother was connected with his Trap Dicky manager, Clay.
Okay.
And Swamp Izzo put in the word too. But all I know, like I said, we politicked with his manager Clay. We met at iMix Studios, and we pretty much dropped everything. And then Trap did his verse on the spot and killed it. You know what I'm saying, as usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how that. But like I said, we met at the studio, took pictures with him. We sat down and politic about the feature and stuff like that, and we made it happen.
Word. No, I can dig that. Can you talk to me about the events that, you know, led to you getting shot and being in the wheelchair?
Well, I don't want to go all in full detail, you know what I mean, from A to all the way to Z. But the incident that ended up happening was one of my best friend. He dead now. But that night we was together. He had to go handle some business, and it turned out to be a setup. They ended up robbing him. They robbed us and stuff like that. We got away. Ended up that late on that night, we ended up going out and ended up bumping heads with the guys, and then things escalated, and then the shooting took place, and started there. And then I got in the car, and then there was a dude that was sitting behind me in my back seat, ended up shooting me in the back, and then, you know what I'm saying, I ended up wrecking, and that's how all that came about. Then my brother them had to carry me through the woods, get me to a spot. I had to get airlifted and stuff like that. So, but like I said, I was in the hospital for like 3 months. They was trying to say like it was gonna take like up to 6 months to make it out of there, but I got out of there in 3 months. But yeah, when I woke up from the hospital, like they said I was in a coma for like a week and a half, and then, like I said, when I woke up, this was my reality right here. So the doctor told me I was paralyzed and things like that. But you know, at that time I was going through the whole depressed stage and all that, but I done overcame all that though.
Yeah, word. I could dig that. And how are you able to, you know, mentally get yourself, you know, back in a position where, you know, you was ready to, I mean, not just, you know, get back into music and things like that, but just get back into, you know, living a regular life and, you know, things like that?
Really, my family, honestly, like my sister, my brother, everybody, like, you know, during that process, they, you know, they stayed on me about, you know, just not looking down at myself, you know, just if I ain't gonna love myself, ain't nobody else gonna do it. So it just motivated me to stay on top. Like I said, even though I've been in this situation, I always, like everybody who know me from my area know that I always stood 10 toes, like when it came down wheelchair and all. So, like going to prison was really got me mentally back right. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause even during that time previously, I was still crashing out, getting in shootouts in the club, in the wheelchair, all that stuff. So like going through that whole prison phase and then meeting the, you know, the brothers that I met back there, they pretty much got me on the right, mentally got me right. So when I came home, I was pretty much on a whole different page. I came home, did what I had, you know, whatever, got my shit together, bought property, you know what I'm saying, taking care of my family, you know. We just got a studio built, you know what I'm saying, out there on the land I got. And like I said, this really was keeping me out the streets, you know what I'm saying, just doing this stuff right here.
Word. So even after you had gotten shot and gotten paralyzed from the waist down, you were still making moves and still involved in the streets.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And was that something like where mentally were you like in a place like where you, I mean, I don't want to like ask too much, but like, was it almost on the tip of like where you like, all right, like I gotta make up for what I lost, and was it like even on the mode of like wanting to get back and, you know what I'm saying, like kind of in that mind frame? Or
you talking about during that time?
During the time of like when you were like when you came back home, but then you still, you know, like, you know.
Nah, when I came back home, I was dead. All that stuff was done. Like as far as in like any get back or anything like that, my mind wasn't even on that no more. Like, I just was.
It was just basically like we still got to make money. Like we still got No, I can dig that.
We don't get into none of that stuff. Like I said, you know, we doing what we got to do.
Yes, sir.
But ain't no get back. No shit like that.
And you said that you got locked up. How long were you locked up for?
I did 6.5.
Okay.
In the feds, I was. They had me in Rochester, Minnesota at the time.
Okay.
I did it. The majority of my bid there in Rochester. So, but yeah, that's where I was at.
Word. And had you ever been in prison before you got in the chair?
No.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna ask you like if, you know, like the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like
I crashed out more when I got shot. Like when this happened, I was more crashing out more. But yeah. That's really when I was thugging back then, but really when I got shot, after I got shot and losing my partners and all that stuff like that, it just, mentally, I didn't really care about nothing. But like I said, like going to prison really slowed me down, but before that, it just made me worse at that time.
Word. And do you remember your mindset, like when, you know, when that prison cell door, you know, closed on you and like the reality set that you was gonna have to, you know, do some time? Do you remember like what your mindset was at that time?
Pretty much, I had to do something different. Really, what really did it, cause I was still kind of like a hothead when I got back there in the beginning part. But like one of my peoples, one of my folks, Trady RIP, it was in 2013. I ended up calling home, and my mom had told me that he ended up getting killed. So when that happened, it kind of like, right then and there, I broke down. I was like, man, nah, bro, I gotta do something different. Because I done lost partners when I was out here. I lost partners when I was back there. So it was just like, it's time to do something different. So I met some good brothers like out of Chicago, because where I was at, the Midwest pretty much like, the yard I was on, Chicago pretty much, Illinois pretty much ran the yard.
Yeah.
So like I met a lot of good brothers, some GDs out that way. And them brothers really got me right as well, like changing my mind frame on, because like I said in the beginning phase, I was still ready to crash out even back there, but them brothers most definitely, you had to get right or them boys gonna send your ass out there, like on a stretcher. That was bottom line, so I ain't had no choice but to get my head together. So, yeah, went back to school, did all that stuff back then.
Okay, word. Yeah, I was just about to ask you, like, what were some things that you did to get your mind like in a more positive place and you know and rehabilitate yourself?
Well, like I said, I went back to school, and at the same time, I had a good brother named Oz. I had a good brother named Big Scan and all them. They from Chicago, but them guys pretty much like got me my mindset on like getting my education and stuff like that and just doing something different. So just being around them brothers too, they kept me on the right track. Like I couldn't slip, I couldn't mess up because they was on me like hands down. So it really going through dealing with them brothers, they got my head right back up.
Nah, for sure. And I can only imagine, you know, when you away and things are still happening at home, like you said, losing people, you know, hearing about just different circumstances that's happening on the outside that you ain't got no control over. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like I said, when I came home though, I just started doing things different. I didn't get back into that street shit. And like I said, these my little cousins right here. So like this dude right here right here, he pretty much he was a lot younger, but he been around like when we was he was around when we was out there doing what we was doing. So, but when I came home, his mom pretty much told me to stay on him. So
Yeah.
I, you know, he really was the first person I really like was consistent about, like, you know what I'm saying, just showing him something different, you know what I mean? So like, but like I said, but that's where I did, and then my kids too. I got a son and a daughter too, so I had to stay right for them too as well. So I couldn't crash out no more. Like my daughter older now, so and like I said, I got a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah, nah, for sure, bro. I'm glad you was able to, you know, get your mind right, get your mental health, you know what I'm saying, on point, and like come back home and you know what I mean, like get everything together and be a good example for, you know, other people that's, you know, coming up under you and all that. What was it like, and what has it been like adjusting to life, you know, in the wheelchair?
My beginning, like I said in the beginning, I was insecure and things like that. But after a while, I just, like I said, once I accepted my condition, I pretty much just, I started becoming more independent. Before that, I was real dependent. I had to depend on people to take me this place. I had to depend on people to help me do this, do that. And it's not like that now.
Right.
I mean, I live alone. I got, you know what I mean? I drive. I do everything myself now, you know what I mean? So like, I'm most definitely a totally different person now, like versus how I was in the beginning. But in the beginning, I most definitely was struggling.
I would imagine that like a circumstance like that also like makes you learn a lot of things about yourself.
Yeah.
What's some things like from your experiences that you've gone through in life that you could say that you've like learned about yourself, or something that maybe you didn't know about yourself that you've learned about yourself?
I had a pride issue back then. Pride was my main, and that's what I was like. Once I was able to learn how to put my pride to the side, that's when I really started viewing things different. Because like I said, when I had that pride issue, I was just on go too much. But yeah, that was my biggest, that pride. But like I said, the way I move now is totally different though. You know, I talk things out with somebody before I let my pride get to the side and I'm about to crash out and do something stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, no, I can dig that. And then, how long after you came back home did you lose your wife?
Well, when I came home, that's when I came home in 2016. So I met my wife like in 2017, my ex-wife. But it was like, it was 2021. It's a whole situation behind that whole situation. But yeah, it was like, in 2021 was when I ended up losing her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they tried to charge you for the death of your wife, right?
Yeah. It was a situation where, to be honest with you, like she had, you know, she came from a background where she was molested, raped, things. So mentally, like she was still kind of damaged. And to, you know, to cope with her problem, like she would drink. When she drank, she become aggressive, violent, stuff like that. But it was a situation happened where she ended up chasing me in the vehicle, and she ended up wrecking, trying to hit me, and she ended up dying. They said she died on impact. And like after the funeral, they arrested me like the next day and said that they was charging me, and I was like, for what? So they was, the word from what was brought to them was I chased her and she died like that. But it was a video recorded. I had the video, I just didn't speak on it at that time. When I got arrested, I had got a paid lawyer, gave them the video. They just dismissed the case like that was last month. That's when they called me and said the case got dismissed.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they charged me for it at that time. But once they got the video and they seen that it was the other way around, that's when they dismissed it though. But the kids was in the vehicle as well. The oldest one was on life support. The baby girl, she was bruised. She wasn't as bad as her sister. So like she had to go through that whole, they witnessed everything, you know what I'm saying? So that whole situation was, like mentally, it broke me down, it broke me, so. Like,
Wow, yeah. And how would you say that situation affected your life?
Some of the stuff that I engaged in afterwards, I knew I wouldn't have been doing it if she was still here and we was like, you know what I mean? So it kind of like, I kind of seen myself going down for a second, but you know, I didn't, you know, mentally I done got myself back right. But like the first year or so, I started, you know, doing things that I, you know, wouldn't normally would have been doing. But yeah, but like I said, now mentally I'm good now.
Right. And you guys had a history of domestic domestic violence.
Yeah. Like I said, she would get drunk and things would escalate like that.
Yeah.
It'll go off from there.
And there were times where you even had like a broken nose and things like
well,
that.
my leg, my femur bone got broken, but I don't really want to go in detail. But yeah, it was a situation where it happened like that. Yeah.
Word. What are some things that you do, you know, to keep your mental health in check and to keep you, you know, in positive vibrations, bro?
Like I said, now we done got the studio, so I be out there with, you know, I do a lot of producing and stuff, so I mainly out there. Like I said, my daughter, she's 16 now, so like a lot of times she come down and we just go out on dates and stuff like that, shopping. Mainly that's really what I spend my time doing now, like with my kids. Yeah, my son, he's 20 now, but
okay, word.
But yeah, when he come around, we do things together too. But my daughter, she keep me busy, so I don't really have time to be out there doing nothing else. So, yeah, she keep me busy though.
No, I can dig it. And what's your motivation to continue to, you know, push in the music space and continue to build? I know you just said you just built a new studio and, you know, all of that. What drives you to continue to pursue music?
I mean, honestly, like I said, this music stuff been our life. So, like, even now, like, I still do what I do, but the main thing now, like I said, I got my peoples now, a younger generation coming up, so it's like, I just want to, you know, at least if it don't work pop for me, I can still have things in order to help these young brothers as well, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, and I got nieces, her daughter rap now, so we got some nieces and nephews, so they gonna keep us busy, pretty much, so.
Right. No, I can dig that. And, you know, there for a while there had been what I call like an ageism in hip hop, where people, you know, where people were trying to make it seem like it's just like a you know, like a young man's game, you know what I mean? And it's being proven that like more artists, you know what I'm saying, as like in their 30s, like in their, you know what I'm saying, like even in their 40s, like there's still room, you know what I mean, for artists to grow. And you know what I mean, like we seeing, you know, cats like the Clips, or we seeing, you know what I mean, Scarface still dropping music, you know what I mean. I saw like Ghostface just dropped a project. Like we just seeing so many, you know, different artists that are dropping music. And I feel like these stories, you know what I mean, the storytelling and like just like the street commentary that, you know what I'm saying, like that certain artists like give, we still need that, you know what I mean? I think I seen this video online where this chick, she sounded like she was from Philly or Jersey or something, and she was like, if you over 35 and you in that studio, keep rapping, my boy.
Yeah,
like we need you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I kind of had limit myself one time. I was like, cause see, I'm 38 now. To be
Okay.
honest with you. So I said in 2 years, if nothing pop off, I'm done. I'm just gonna, do production. The things and the things that I done learned a part of this whole journey, I can teach it to, what I'm saying, my cousins and nieces and nephews and things like that as well. So, but yeah, somebody else brought that up to me as well. So I agree, you know what I mean, to keep going, you know what I mean. But like I said, I just something gonna have to pop. For sure.
Yeah, no, I could dig that. Talk to me about your project that you dropped last year, The Black Connection.
That was that project there was pretty much I had some stuff going on at that time, man. It inspired me to put it on wax.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a past situation. I'd rather them check the album out or whatever so they can get a better understanding. But it's some things I can't even speak on that because we got an open case now. So I got to be mindful about that as well too. Yeah.
Okay, no, I could dig it. And then, like I was saying earlier, you collab with your brother a lot, Lunatic Malik, and y'all got a project making power moves. Yeah, and on there, y'all got the song with T-Rail.
Yeah. T-Rail. I'm trying to think who else we had on that platform, on that.
And did he produce and sing on that joint?
Who?
T-Rail.
I sent him the beat.
Okay.
He originally did it at the studio he was at.
Okay.
But I did me and my brother part. We did it in my house at that time. I had the studio set up in my house. I think that was it on that album there. T-Rail, yeah. He was the only one. Yeah, that was it. On that album, that was T-Rail he was the only one.
Yeah, word. What would you say is one of the biggest life lessons that you've learned?
One of my biggest life lessons?
You know, through all the experiences that you've endured in your life.
Well, now, if I set a goal, I'm a most definitely pretty much apply, take the necessary steps to accomplish it. So that's, life lessons taught me if whatever I set my mind to do, go ahead and go for it. Just get it done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right. No, I can dig that. And I know you said that possibly in 2 years, like if something don't shake, like you might retire. You know what I'm saying? But what do you see the future? Holding like for your rap career, and you know what I'm saying, like what are you looking forward to?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I idolize Dolph. So my goal always been to have my own label. Of course I'm gonna rap too, but like I just want to have my own label off the ground, like how Dolph did and stuff like that, and putting his team on in the mix too. But like I said, we got our label, but these guys here got they thing going too. So, but we just pretty much on some collaboration stuff. But but my goal is to get my label off the ground and take it to another level.
Word. And I know you got your cousins or nephews?
These my cousins.
Cousins, okay. So I know you got your younger cousins around you, and you got kids as well. Like, what are some values and even some lessons that you just try to instill in people around you, from your experiences that you would want people to maybe learn, from what you've gone through?
I mean, from conversations I done had with them and stuff, I mean, fam knows some of the stuff we done been through as well, so. And I think me more than anything, like, see, I try to be that example. So everything that I do, I hope and pray. My goal is for them to learn from the things that I've learned. So like, even when they're around me, like I said, I try to talk to them a lot as well. You know what I mean, about how this whole thing go. But yeah.
Word. And what's some values that you, you know, try to teach, whether it's your kids or your people around you, like people that you, or what are some things that you tell people to value, you know, outside of money? Because a lot of times we get so caught up in just valuing the dollar and just, you know, just moving, just trying to stack that dollar. What's some other things that you try to value?
Time in general. Let me see. Really time, honestly, like, like, I try not to spend most of my time just doing unnecessary things. So like, if I'm, like, throughout the days, I'm always on the road. I'm, like, I'm in the process now trying to get a box truck and things like that. So like, every day I'm just on the road, just doing things, like, from doing my LLCs, I'm productive. I'm not out just not doing anything. So every morning that I'm up, I'm always on the go. I'm out doing something. But yeah, like I said, time though, my time is most definitely I value my time.
Word. And what's some advice you would give to you know, someone who is experiencing some challenges, who feel like they're going through some circumstances that they just can't, you know, get through, or even dealing with some life-changing, you know, situations where they feel like, you know, they can't make it through or they can't get to their goals that they want to get to?
Well, I mean, never give up. And it's about consistency too. So like, I mean, cause like I said, I done been down that road. So like, I done been in that situation where I felt like I ain't had nothing going. I wasn't gonna make it and stuff like that. But when I started like taking the necessary steps by like just studying in general, or just, let me see. My bad, that is part of me too.
You good?
I'm getting hot. But pardon me 1 second. Run it by me again.
Okay, so what would be some advice that you would give, you know, to somebody or to the people who have, you know, different obstacles that they're trying to overcome? They may have run into some life-changing circumstances where they feel like now they can't move forward and pursue some of the dreams and some of the things that they want to achieve. What would be some advice that you would, you know, give to those people?
Okay. Like I said, don't never give up. I've been in situations where I just felt like I couldn't make this happen, and like I said, I had to just learn whatever it is I'm trying to get. I had to learn the necessary what was needed to make that happen. So like, I just, like I said, like when it came down to the whole studio thing, I just had to learn what I needed to get, how much it was gonna cost, you know, things like that. So it's just really about when you, like I said, never giving up, but like whatever you set your mind to do, just go for it, and whatever you gotta learn to make it happen, just make it happen.
Right.
So yeah.
I can dig that. And what you working on right now, bro? What you got coming up that you're excited about?
Like I said, well, the feature was Saturday, so I haven't dropped it yet because I'm still in the process on the production part of it. But like I said, I know we about to we trying to get a date set for the video shoot with Trap Dicky. Other than that, like I said, my studio, and I got some other things that I'm trying to get done as well too. Like I said, with the box truck and all that.
Okay.
So that's really what I'm on.
Word. I can dig that. New project coming up anytime soon?
Honestly, for the past couple months, I really just been producing, like
Word.
just working on their songs and stuff like that. And my sister, her single.
Yeah.
That's really what I've been doing, really.
Right. No, I
But
can
I
dig.
haven't really been working on no project. But I'm most definitely about to get back into it. But the past few months, my mind been more on the production part.
Okay. Word. No, I can dig it. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah. I give a shout out to South Carolina. My daughter, my son, she already knows. Well, Imagine, my son Xavion, just our hood, just in general.
Yeah. I can dig it, man. Two-tone the Don. Appreciate you pulling up.
Send it at your front door. And them bricks coming across the border, flow just like El Chapo. Said it once, came up from a quarter, thanks to my amigo. Bitch, I'm trapping for my son and daughters. Gotta stack these